and welcome to Tumble Through.
Tumble through.
I am your host and GM, Jen Vaughn, pronounced she, they, and welcome to our third episode of Seasonal Workers. For those at home, you don't have to have listened to the other episodes, but come on, man. A brief description of me: I'm a pale, femme-presenting woman wearing a white and black striped shirt, as well as having a black, flat hair with a white streak to match. I'm a cis-queer American immigrant living in France. So today on the podcast, I have some familiar and some new voices to the Tumble Through podcast network, web, secret librarian army. So let's go around in alphabetical order, and you can introduce yourselves and give a brief description of what you look like.
Hi there, I think I'm first in the alphabet. This is Aoife. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a white, femme-presenting woman with pale skin, kind of ruddy at the moment because it's hot. I have dark blonde hair. I think it's blonde. Tied into a ponytail. I'm wearing a black and white patterned top, and I am an Irish woman in Switzerland.
Hey, what's good? My name is Liu. I use she, her pronouns. I'm an Asian American woman living in Frankfurt, Germany, and right now I've got on a neon Bucky's tank top.
Howdy everyone, my name's Marcus, pronouns are he, him. I'm a German living in the Netherlands. I am a pale white male with dark hair, a dark beard, wearing glasses, and today a nice and wide, airy red t-shirt because it is also very warm over here.
Excellent. And then I'm the last one. I'm Yunus, an Arab non-binary person, mask-looking, curly dark hair, round glasses, a beard, a mustache, and a black t-shirt that happens to be from the Game Devs of Color Expo 2025. A lovely display of my values here, I guess. Because it's very warm here, too.
We've created the perfect setting for this episode called What's the Buzz? So thank you all for being here, and I shall take you away to the map.
Ooh.
The four of you are walking along the forest. You check your map that you have received from the Seasonal Workers HQ. The clients are someone called Lordly Crumph and a Chlorophylla, no last name. Let's think there's some sort of something. They have given you, or provided seasonal workers, with enchanted directions to their secret meadow. People cannot find it if they don't know where it is. You've heard things about the Jelly Royals meadow, that maybe it's a cult of some kind, and you're only slightly worried about what could happen as you walk through the entrance into the meadow. So wreathed by these trees, creating a line of protection from eyes and wind, casting some lovely shadows on the grass, is the meadow of the royal jellies. In one corner lies a glittering two-blue pond. The smell of lavender and jasmine mingles with sweet grass and heather. A garden bursting with flowers is worked by several frog folk, the tripkey, but the only sound that can be heard is the pleasant and loud buzzing of honeybees hard at work. And that is when you see Lordly Crumph and Chlorophylla. So Lordly walks up first, a rather tall elf with light skin, beautiful gray hair sculpted into a sort of a faux hawk with a sort of insectoid bone chest plate, but no protection where the eyes would be, just over the chest.
Tasteful boob windows, love it.
Oh, God. Not the modesty pasties.
It reaches down into what seems to be a living, moving set of pants made of vines, grasses, and leaves, extending all the way down to 1 foot. The second foot appears to be made completely of vines. And Chlorophylla, next to him, is in a matching asymmetrical dress with some as-needed asymmetrical thigh-wrapping vines and flower petals drifting down her legs. She has dark brown hair, purple eyes, and medium brown skin. She claps her hands, like very happy to see you all. Oh my goodness, the seasonal workers are here. Oh, look at you all. And Lordly goes, hold on, darling, we need to verify their names with what we were given. Please, could you all introduce yourselves?
Today I'll be playing Sidonia, short name Sid. She's an elder lady who happens to be toying with trinkets and makeshift contraptions during the whole trip to get here. She's a gnome. She has olive skin, long white hair that is being held in a bun. She has glasses with way too many circular glass on it with many different colors, and she is inspecting the whole place, taking notes with a very overcomplicated pen, something that should just be simple, but she happens to be adding a lot of like steam toys on it. And that's Sid. She's with her companion, which is a mechanical hand called Mangosh, one of her own design. She's very proud of this device that she made. That's it for me.
Does that hand walk like by itself? Is it like moving on its fingers?
Like the thing in the movie The Addams Family, but like
yes,
4 times the size and mechanical.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Not too far away from Sid is a bipedal honey badger dressed in the most outrageous outfit many of you might have seen. It has the vibe of something you would see at the Met Gala. There is a collection of different fabrics brought together in this tailored suit for this small awakened animal honey badger who stands on its hind legs, has these teeny tiny glasses on his snout, and just the most adorable and most elegant little mustache. There's a stark contrast to his elegant outfit in the form of what looks like a tool belt that is around his hip. And strapped to his back is basically a backpack which contains a small little beehive. And there's just this, you can hear the buzzing from it. There's always a few bees popping in and out of it. But the beehive is wrapped in what looks like a very freely artistically interpretation of what Constantine, this honey badger, looks like. Constantine in a very heroic pose, and the words Constantine's Curiosities written over it. This honey badger dingles and dangles with every step he takes. He looks at the 2 people approaching, and he's just like, oh, enchanté, nice to meet you.
Aww, says Chlorophyllip. Look at you. All right, and then like checks off a little like in the air, and then turns to Luyu's character.
Is the male elf finds that his hand is suddenly being held by an aggressively rotund creature. It is small. It has a cravat and buttons which look far too confidently buttoned. Perhaps like an overenthusiastic sneeze could send them flying at 15 miles an hour to kill somebody. He is a fancy fellow. He's got 2 fat cheeklets full of what you imagine to be several autumns worth of goodies. And he looks overly proud of himself, and he kisses the hand of this male elf and he says, "So pleased to meet you. My name is Pretch."
Lordly pulls his hand away a little too quickly. Why, thank you. I hadn't realized we had moved on to the kissing phase of the interview. Good to meet you. Then Lordly turns and casts his eyes over onto, I believe,
Puck, yes. Puck, a fruit leshy, is a dense, tangled skeleton of green and brown vines covered in protective briar thorns. One of these vines is a whip that he uses. Huge glossy blackberry is his head, plump, midnight purple, and he's got 2 little curious eyes poking out from between the segments of the fruit. And he's wearing a tiny woven cloak from jagged leaves, and it is fastened at the shoulder with a tiny single white blackberry blossom. He has been eyeing Constantine's beehive kind of hungrily. But as soon as he sees these 2 lordly figures, he does a very overly gesticulated bow Well, pull my root and call me a tuber. Look at these nobles.
Chlorophylla takes this all in with an expected but gracious air. She drops down into a curtsy while pulling at the vines on her own dress, making a long train to fill something into her hands. Lordly just stands there like a wooden tree, just sort of weighing everyone, judging them a little bit with his eyes. But Chlorophylla continues, well, all right, Sugarfoots, it seems like we are all in hand. Thank you all so much for coming out here again to our meadow. So we've got a little bit of a situation, and she gestures behind her, in between one of the larger trees and the garden is the large beehive. She points to the beehive. So we have a special situation here. We have an arrangement. Chloe points over to a space nestled between the largest tree in the meadow and the garden. There sits a grand golden beehive that all the bees are occasionally dancing back to before flying out to procure more pollen. Chlorophylla turns back to everyone. So we have a little bit of a situation here. We have been, how do I say this? We have an arrangement with the queen bee in there, and we get small gifts of her royal jelly. If you don't know about it, well, I can tell just by looking at everyone's skin that they don't. But it is a nice product that you can eat, you can put on your skin, and it just kind of helps us elves live and look, well, not live longer, but look younger longer. Flips her hair a little bit. Unfortunately, we have not been getting our shipments recently. And so we hired you all to go into the beehive and figure out what is happening. So is that all something that you think you can do? We do have a gift for you that will help you get down to that teeny tiny size.
But you could have not hired a better group for this, good lady. I, Konstantin von Snarlhausen IV, am considered regional expert on all bee matters in a radius of roughly 350 miles. I have dealt with royal jellies of all kind, even less royal jellies. I am very familiar with the many attributes of this, and I can assure you that my bees and my hive will do the best they can to help you out with this little bit of a problem. And you see at that point, there's some of the bees come out of his beehive, and they make like this shape of this frowning emoji, just looking down before they go back into the beehive.
Lordly also notes the pun and frowns and goes, so what you're saying is that we can just let everyone else go and you can just take this job solo, huh?
And at that point, you see that Constantine has a little bit of sweat on his furry forehead. He goes like, well, I do require some assistance for the marvels I am about to perform, and these individuals are very suitable for the job, quite indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. Seed goes to Chlorophylla and takes her hand and just taps on it gently, like she's like she was feeling sorry for her, and says,
It's so soft, right? It's so soft.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. You know, getting old is not so bad. After the first, let's say, 110 years, you stop caring about people that can actually follow what you actually want to look like and what you actually want to do. Look at me. I used to be a beauty pageant, and now I'm making toys all day. It's so fun.
You were in beauty pageants?
Yes, but these days are way before me. Now I do fun stuff like crosswords and Rubik's Cubes. That's way better.
I think I've heard about this. It's perimenopause. Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, Shug, but maybe one day.
I hope you will. It's a beautiful time. Now let's get your bees in order.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
Puck is looking really, really excited at the mention of royal jelly. He is a herbalist, so he is always on the lookout for interesting concoctions and various ingredients. So he's actually rubbing his little bramble hands together. And so this royal jelly, huh? Do we get to keep any for our efforts?
Chlorophylla darts her eyes over to Lordly and just sort of like goes like, I mean, I knew they were going to ask. You know what? We will include 1 jar if you solve the mystery of what's happening and continue. Oh, what's the word? Oh my goodness. Begins anew. The normal ebb and flow that we had before with this queen bee. Her name is Uli Sizzix, also, just so you know.
Uli Sizzix. A beautiful name. Queens of the Hive deserve glorious titles and names, and I'm quite sure that we can re-inspire the leader of this hive to provide jelly most royal.
Pretch's eyes have been slowly drifting apart as this conversation has continued. A little bit of drool is starting to go down his mouth as the smell of honey heightens, and he just goes, honey.
Lordly takes this in. It's just like, it's very understandable. But just a reminder that these bees are precious, okay? And because of that, we have a special system. We can't just go in. There's as part of the magical enchantment of this meadow, this beehive. So and then Close stops him, saying, "And we don't shrink, okay? We don't shrink, but you can." And she's passing out these small vials to you of a golden liquid inside of a purple bottle with a cork on it. These will last for 8 hours, and I pray to the gods above, below, and beside me that it does not take you 8 hours. 801. There goes your 5-star rating, and there goes our beehive. So, more importantly, obviously. And Lordly snaps his fingers and goes, "Surza! Surza!" and yells at a Tripkey who comes to join you. So Surza is a bipedal frog person with green and sort of a pastel green skin, dark navy blue spots, in a leather vest with a high collar and hot pink stirrup pants that go over her webbed feet. She's got a pin cushion on one arm in the shape of a snail and a bunch of bobbins attached to a sack. And you see as she rushes up that she is also dragging a rolling cart full of costumes that are yellow and black and very fuzzy. Surza looks from right to left. "Okay, which one of you is the..." and then her eyes go to Pretch. "You first. Come here, my round one."
He nearly rolls on his way over and stops. And he says, "Ooh, so cute. I love bees."
"You will be very, very cute once I am done with you." And she pulls out a measuring tape, asking first if I can take measurements, yes?
You can. I can't lift my arms all the way, but you can.
"Don't worry, darling. I've got that. Don't worry. I have just... You are not the first, how do you say, wide as they are tall creature to come Circe's way." She starts working and pulling out the right bee suit and starting to fit it to you. Meanwhile, the elves, they join in. They have their own costumes, but they seem to be like a little too sexy. They're very like form-fitting, short skirts, crotch-hugging in a way, and they're just kind of like bumping their butts against each other and being like, no, I've got pollen. No, I've got pollen. Like, while you all are trying to work and get the job done and out of there.
Constantine is keeping an eye on this measuring process and fitting process for these outfits. He did not expect that we would be changing outfits. He brought his most glamorous outfit himself. So if at some point the Tripkey, who is doing the measurements and everything, has a moment of time, Constantine approaches and goes, I would just like to make sure I have my own bedazzling gear with me to help impress these bees. As you see, I am an expert in the regards of bees. Would you see any potential of fitting my most striking outfit, and you just see him like gesturing at himself, into whatever beautiful garments you are weaving for us?
Boo. Sirza is taking this in, like rolling around a pin in her mouth from one side to the other. Like, I did not understand why you were wearing a suit to the countryside.
I wear a suit everywhere. The countryside, the city, the beach, the mountains, shopping, while bathing, everything. A suit is something for every occasion.
I'm staring at haute couture here. It's you look
The hottest
fabulous.
of couturists.
Yes, but the bees, you see, they transmutation magic does not work in the beehive, or at least transforming your form. They have the true sight. They can see through. So you must be bedecked. She makes hard eye contact with you while saying that. In something befitting, like closer, eyeballs almost touching your eyeballs. Befitting the occasion.
What terrible puns are you making? Those are beneath me. But I see what you're saying. Very well. I shall humor you in this wish. But should I find out that it was not necessary to drop off my beautiful garments for this, your superiors will hear about it.
I promise it goes on the rack. It's a magical rack. Get like everything here. Like I am a working customer. I'm not going to, I feel like your suit could not be in better hands, honestly. It obviously won't fit me either. Have you seen these gams? Have you seen these legs? Sort of like shakes a...
Quite impressive
Yes, thank
legs. I would be very proud of them. And Constantine is about to leave it at that, and then he turns back around to Surza and goes, of course I knew that these bees have true sight. I know everything about bees, just so you know. And then he just wanders off, clearly not knowing that was the case.
Surza also continues to make sure that Mangosh also has a costume, if that's okay with you.
I was about to ask, how do you fit a bee costume to a big hand? I want to know.
I feel like the hand is going to be the most, everyone here is bipedal. I feel like a bee costume on a hand is going to look the most realistic. They'll just be like a set of extra, the fifth and sixth arms kind of on the side, but it'll look like it's actually crawling on the ground where everyone else is kind of standing up straight, so...
That's absolutely lovely. I'm okay with that. I'm wondering about scale here. And I'm saying this to the costumier. I'm wondering about scale because my mechanical hand is it's my size, but it's half the size of Constantine von Snorholzen 4. So will the hand be the size of a full bee? Be my size? What's the scale here? Please tell me.
Surza looks at Constantine first. You want to take question, or you want me to do this one?
Please, show us how much you know about this. I, of course, know the answer to this.
Okay, you check my math. Inside the beehive, Surza says, there are several different size bees. There are large drone bees that cannot fly outside, and they work inside. There are smaller worker bees, and then there is also the queen bee. There are the young, the larvae, the pupa that have the babies that have started to grow. So you will be fine.
Oh, great.
You will be fine.
That's good to know. Thank you so much. And I'm guessing everything I have on me, all my engineering kits and everything, will shrink too once we...
Surza says, everything on you will shrink at the same time. Don't worry. And when you come back, it will enlarge with you. You won't just be naked.
Excellent. We can't have another incident like this.
Another? What?
Yeah, let's go to this beehive.
Oh, okay.
Constantine looks worried.
So Lordly lets you know, too, that there are actually two different entrances into the beehive. So you all can choose which one you'd like to take. There is the main entrance, in which there is a line of bees. They are all sort of on this wooden plank, sitting, waiting to be let in. And that one, you would have to make, some rolls, I would say, to make sure that you are... Maybe I shouldn't tell you right now, sorry. But there would be a certain level of needing to fit in. And then there's what they unfortunately call the Sleepy Bee entrance. And it's the back entrance to the hive, where it is closest to the tree, and it is not really guarded. There's like 1 or 2 bees there, but they don't mind taking bribes sometimes in the form of honey or pollen, but it's largely unguarded. The difference, though, is that the main entrance will take you closer to where you need to the queen's chambers. He also continues, Lordly, once you get in the beehive too, you will need 2 hex keys. Once you get this key, it will open up the queen's chambers for you. This is so not just anyone, especially wasps, can come in, push everyone aside and just go and, kill the queen or take all of her special royal jelly. Does this all still sound good to you? I mean, you're already sweating out here in your bee nethers.
I'm imagining that while we got this explanation, there was a montage where we're all switching into our bee outfits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I would say also for Marcus, Sirza has made an appropriately shaped outfit so it can fit your beehive. She's like, I'm not sure how the other bees will react to teeny tiny bees,
I can assure you that the bees in my hive are the most friendly, patient, good-willing, kindest, and generally most productive bees you have ever seen. They deliver me with the core components to my beautiful concoctions that I make, and they love me dearly. There is a disagreeing buzzing from inside the
Yeah.
hive.
I was like, she's like, a lot of info, a lot of energy. My T-shirt's answering a lot of questions. I didn't. Okay, all right. Sirza's just like, you look great. Thank you, darlings. She drags the rolling costume cart away with your regular clothes, and you can see a little shimmering force field around it, so no one else can touch it. None of the other elves that live here. No one's gonna be pilfering your stuff. So you could have left the keys to your home or whatever, but no big deal. So, which entrance would you all like to take?
So you mentioned that the back entrance is less busy. There's less going on there, but the front entrance would get us to the queen quicker.
Yes.
But we do also, in order to get to the queen, we do need to find hex keys to get in there. What do you think, everyone? We're gonna go in through the back. We're gonna go in through the front.
Well, Constantine, you're a bee master. We can just roll in through the front, right?
I am so glad that you recognize my competence after such a short time that we've known each other. I have pondered the question, of course, while we were getting into these, and he looks at his bee outfit. You just imagine like a honey badger in like a Halloween costume as a bee. And he goes, let me ponder the possibilities here. And everyone who has just the slightest bit of insight or something knows that Constantine has no clue which one is better.
Unfortunately for you, the violently circular Tanuki absolutely believes in your ability to get in, and so he doesn't see a different option.
It's just that Constantine is standing there pretending he's thinking, and Pretch is just looking up at him like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Big plate eyes full of love and admiration.
Seed believes too. She believes in you, and she says to Constantine, I cannot wait for your very, very tiny bees to tell the bigger ones how good of a master you are. It will be great diplomacy for us. Excellent.
Pug, you mentioned that Pug is a herbalist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm curious to see how Pug reacts here.
Puck has been watching Constantine the entire time, mostly because he's really interested in that beehive. Like, there could be free honey going at any point, so he's probably going to be following Constantine, waiting for any honey to just drip out. But, why did I say that? Anyway.
Of the hive? Yes.
Honey of the hive, of course.
Yeah.
Of,
Nobody
Yeah.
got
No.
gutter talk.
Just me.
we're adults here.
So he's been watching Constantine and wondering, because he's familiar with bees. You know, he's like, he's a plant. He's a berry. He loves pollinators. So he's not entirely sure. He caught sight of that frowny emoji. So he has his like bramble arms crossed. Oh no, he's a bee now. No, his bramble arms are inside his bee costume. Yeah, so he's crossing his bramble arms. Well, not sure who got uprooted and made you leader, but I think we should go in the front.
Ah, yes, quite exactly. I was about to propose the same thing.
Where are you?
The front entrance is most beneficial. It will bring us faster to our goal, and it is more befitting of our brave nature. Good thinking, Puck. It's good that we are so in tune when it comes to our thinking.
Absolutely. Our saps running at the same frequency.
Yes, many saps.
So
running.
many saps. You know what? You're okay, Constantine. Let's do this.
I consider myself quite more than okay, but thank you.
All right, so with everyone's matching viscosities, you take a glug of your shrink serum. Chlorophylla puts out a hand so you can all step into it, and she will give you air kisses and go, well, good luck. Or I guess it's like, good luck, you know. It's like shattering. Yeah, and she will take you over to the beehive and to let you in. All right, you all step up, and there are about 5 bees in front of you. Beautiful little black and yellow honeybees with little brown legs and just wings that are glittering in the sun. They look like they look like if oil slick was clear, like diaphanous rainbows, little tiny prisms catching the eyes. And on either side of their body hangs these little yellow balls, the pollen sacs. They have just full to bursting. They would look kind of like saddlebags on a horse. And they all are standing there as you all step off of Chlorophyllis hand, and she sort of just like says, oh, you know, just says some sweet murmurings to the entire beehive to sort of help you all out. But I'm gonna need everyone here to make a diplomacy or performance check to see if these bees believe you are also bees. Yeah, oh dang, okay.
12.
25.
I got a 26. Constantine got a 26.
13 for Sid.
Group check, 2 of you passed. So, and you have the blessing of Circe's costume. So the other bees sort of see you. They look, their compound eyes sort of, they don't even have to really turn their heads very far. They just kind of look at you, take you in over one shoulder, over the other, and they just go about their day. They got this pollen to drop off. They got naps to take. They got to get, and then go back out there. Like, they don't have time for you. So congratulations on getting into the beehive.
We're just completely blending in there, just briefly, like waving at some of the bees, like hello, and just being one with the hive.
Puck's having a bit of culture shock. He's not used to being the same size as the pollinators, so this is a little odd for him.
The sweet smell of pollen and honey, it fills my adorable little honey badger nose.
You all make your way in through the main entrance to the royal jelly's beehive entrance. Golden hexagonal combs grow from the ground and slowly arc outward and upward above you all. The air tingles with an electricity and a pleasant warmth. Some of the bees that were in the line behind you push past you, marching on all 6s, their pollen baskets swinging as they head towards the pollen pods to get a job well done. Your presence continues to be unnoticed for now. There is a room to the left of you where Sidonia is, and then there is what appears to be another room by Prech and Mangosh. So you all are on the hunt for a hex key.
Right, where would someone hide such a hex key? Where do we think this could be found?
Well, maybe it's not hidden. Maybe somebody has it. We just gotta ask them very nice for them to give it to us.
I agree with our perfectly spherical friend here. We need to. I'm guessing we need to be friendly. But again, I'm not a bee expert. Just following your lead.
Puck almost wandered off after some particularly plump saddlebags, but has floated back to the group like, huh? What?
Hex keys, Puck. Where do you think they are?
The pollen sacks. We should check them.
Ooh.
The pollen
Yeah.
sacks. Well, yes, they have
Interesting.
quite a volume. One could hide a key in there.
Yep.
You tell me if that sounds a little bit illogical for this place, but I'm guessing somebody who has a key is somebody who would need access to the queen, so somebody who's like high in charge. I'm guessing a manager, a CEO of bees or something like that. What's the structure here? I don't know.
Sidonia, that is quite correct, yes. There is a very strict managerial structure in every beehive. It starts with the section managers. Each beehive is divided into different sections, and these managers report to the regional manager of other larger sections within the beehive. And then it all goes up to the chief executive bee, the CEB, as we all know. And above that is the board of queens, and of course, that board is led by the queen. It makes sense. It is fully logical. Everyone can look this up in a book. I know what I'm talking about.
I think as Constantine is giving that whole spiel, Pretch has just gone up to a random bee, and he tugs on that bee's like a little bit of their fuzz and says, "Excuse me, I got lost. Who's in charge again?"
The bee turns to you, its antenna waving as it's taking in, and its proboscis sort of like ripples once, twice, 3 times, and then a spew of liquid comes out and lands on your chest as it marks you, and then walks away with a little
Does it smell good?
It's a mixture of honey and bee saliva. So yeah, it smells pretty good.
Yum.
He'll try to lick some off, but he actually can't make the angle work.
Let me help you. Puck is rushing over.
I'm just really envisioning like this circular tanuki can't reach.
In the shape of a literal blueberry, essentially.
Yeah.
And then our berry bush comes over. Okay, so you're...
I was just about to ask, I think we need a new section in your LinkedIn veils for ask first. Or this sort of
Yeah, I was gonna say is licking bee vomit off of someone.
I
We
couldn't
don't have to go any forward. Okay.
No, that's fine. I was just like, this is quite graphic, actually.
Yeah.
I was about to say earlier, I've played a lot of Pathfinder, but I've never been shrunk in Pathfinder. I've never gone into a beehive, and I certainly never had a bee spew over someone in my Pathfinder game. So there's a lot of firsts here.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing is
check.
that Pretch actually has another shrinking potion, so we can make someone 1 unit smaller as well.
Oh my god.
I almost put in a rule saying you couldn't stack it, but then I was like, you know what? If people want to do it and they've got it, go ahead. And I'm sorry, Luyu, that bee was going to vomit on Constantine for that long-winded argument, but then you touched it first, so...
That, Pretch is fine with that. Pretch he's a happy boy.
I will say the bee is only halfway walking. Did you want to try to roll diplomacy or nature to try to see?
Diplomacy or nature would be fine. I can also do performance if like some sort of like bee related buzzing would be helpful.
Either of those 3 to try to see if you can get your idea across.
I rolled a 20 for my performance check.
Ooh.
So describe what you were doing and what your question is again.
So one of Pretch's spells is, or one of Pretch's cantrips rather, is musical accompaniment. And what he is going to attempt to do to the best of his ability, is a silent ballet or other sort of physical motion, and then in the background you hear swelling violins and violas and flutes, and the music is making up for his lack of dancing ability.
Wow. And what was your question again? Who's in charge?
I got lost. Who's in charge again?
The bee has taken in your beautiful medley question and is gesturing with its front legs and the small feet. It's pointing to the wall that is right next to it. Sees that you don't quite understand. This bee isn't the smartest, though. It goes around the corner just so no one can hear or watch as it ejects some wax from a different opening, comes back, and it has created a small lattice work map for you to show you where you are in the beehive, and that this room that you are next to, it is the queen's chambers.
Thank you.
It gives a little wing, a bounce with its wings, and then shuffles off back to its work that it's been neglecting.
Hey guys, I got a map.
Thanks so much. Bretch, there's the queen's quarters right here, right? But we can't go anywhere because we don't have the hex key. Is that right? Excellent.
Yeah.
So we know where we're going. We don't know how to get there yet.
Well, as I like to say in all of my business endeavors, it's good if you know the end of the road, but not the road itself yet. You need to find the path you want to follow, and we are still looking for the right path to walk on. By which I mean, we could just wander around and see if we find a place where that hex key could be. Or I think there was this idea that just came to me. It did not totally just come to him. We could see in the pollen sacs of the bees, perhaps is there something in there?
You're a genius.
Yum. Yes.
Perfect. I should have said that there were a couple locations on the map as well for you that it thought would be highlights. The pollen pots being one of them, and the brood comb, which is where they raise the babies as well. And the pollen pots are they're on the map, they're diagonal. So in a, boy howdy, cardinal directions. In a southeast direction, the pollen pots. And then the brood comb is in a northeast direction.
I am not particularly good with children, so I prefer the pollen pots.
Yeah, pollen. Yeah.
Well, as interesting as it sounds, I'm wondering if, I'm not a bee expert, but am I right in thinking that babies come from the queen? And so if they need traffic from that place to the queen's quarters, it will be someone with a hex key that does the travel, right? Doesn't that make sense? We can always go to the pollen sac if you want a snack, though.
Babies. Yes.
We can split the party.
Our GM is so subtle.
No, you don't have to split the party.
Sidonia, that is interesting thinking, and now that I ponder it again, I think it might be a good choice if we check out the brood, the young ones first, and see if there is indeed any kind of personnel there. This would be not a middle management, but an upper middle management kind of thing within the beehive, and perhaps someone with the right degree of authority who could perhaps bestow upon us any kind of key that we need, which is a regular part of every beehive. My beehive has these keys too.
Well, why don't we shrink and go into your beehive and get the keys from here?
I mean, see, I don't, you see, and you see that Constantine is stammering. He goes, the bees in my beehive, I have a contract with them. They work only a 42-hour week, and it's their day off today, so I do not want to disturb them.
Oh, that's too bad. It will be amazing to see you talk to them from sort of like beneficial leader to its people. But it's okay. We'll find the hex keys from in this very.
I don't like to brag with how great of a leader I am, so maybe another day. How about we go check out the brood?
Yes, let's do that. And And your friends can maybe check the pollen pots if they want to, right? Are you interested in that?
Okay.
The pollen pots. Well, we do still have to visit those, of course.
Yeah, I was asking Pretch and Puck, the two P's. Maybe the two P's can go to the pollen, and the two C's can go to the brood with the babies, right?
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
We have
PCs? What are you
to...
doing
PCs?
I think that Pretch looks unusually solemn, looks at Puck and says, could be a big room. We're gonna have to open almost all the pots to make sure it's not in any of them.
The hands are being rubbed together again.
It's a hard task, but somebody's gotta do it, he says, wiping the drool away from his face.
And Puck has just finished up scraping the pollen off Pretch's fur into a little jar. And he also puts on a really, really morose look on his face. He's like, well, yeah, I mean, we're very brave, Pretch. We gotta do this.
My companion in arms,
For the good of the mission.
let us depart.
To our destinations!
And I think with that somber discussion and battle plan from the wax map, I think that's where we'll end this episode. Tumble Through presents What's the Buzz? A Non-Honey Heist, Part 1. Written by Jen Vaughn. This episode edited by Jen Vaughn. Find the adventure at DriveThruRPG. Tumble Through uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Incorporated, used under Paizo's fan content policy. Paizo.com/licenses/fan content. Tumble Through is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Incorporated and Paizo products, visit Paizo.com. If you enjoy our podcast, make sure to subscribe to Tumble Through on your favorite podcasting platform so you never miss an episode. Leave us a comment or interact with us by following us on Blue Sky and Instagram. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for listening. Nope, I forgot. Okay, I was trying to think of a Galarian Tama Bahama, but I was like, and it's gone. Sorry. Marcus will say it in 20 minutes. I know.
Bees!